Go. My name is Erin Bush. I am a Sapphire Ambassador with Plexus. Thank you guys so much for being here with us. This is new ambassador orientation. You can call it Plexus 101. We're going to go over some basics, and I hope that you will find this time useful and that you've got a little pen and paper to make a few notes, because in a sense, you'll be able to, this is kind of like a working meeting, and you'll get to jot down a few things as we go through. I'm going to be sharing with you a screen. I see that Kathy is on today, and let's see who else is on here that I could. Natalie, if you guys happen to notice any issues, please send me a quick little chat. Hopefully all will go well and we won't have any technical difficulties. So thank you guys again for being here. Let's just dive right in. First thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to share my screen. If I can get up my PowerPoint here. Just a second. Here's the technical difficulties. My husband, if he was to do this, he would never have any issues because he just knows everything. All right, I'm going to share with you my desktop here and PowerPoint. All right, hopefully you guys can see that, and we will get started right away. Now, I need to introduce myself a little bit really quick. I am a former English teacher and retired now, and I absolutely loved the classroom. I also was a stay-at-home mom for many years when we decided that once I had my first, time was precious, and we made the sacrifices and really tightened our budget. Oh man, it's so tight, to stay home with my kids. And after the birth of my third kid, I had started to kind of notice I was really having some issues with exhaustion. And after my third kiddo, things went downhill really, really fast for me physically. I started having just debilitating symptoms that ended up being a chronic illness, which I had probably had for about 20 years, and it had just exacerbated to the point that it was severe, and severe enough to really stop me. Instead of getting better, I continued to get worse every single year, and I started to look outside Western medicine for help. I started seeing some naturopaths, different ones, taking supplementation, trying some different protocols. I learned a lot, but nothing really hit my issues, my extreme fatigue, my agony when walking, just extreme joint pain. I was very, very, very down and in a dark place, extremely anxious, and very, very worried about my health. I was saying no to my kids, no to the park, no to having friends over, because when I woke up in the morning, I had to choose. Was I going to be able to make dinner that day? Could I go to the store that day? Could I watch the kids play outside for a couple of hours that day? I mean, I literally had to choose one thing a day to do. My husband was working 70 to 80 hours a week. On good weeks, he would do his best to come home and keep the house in order, and he was really taking care of me and the kids. I said no to day trips. I said no to vacations. When we would, our vacation consisted of going down to my parents' home and hanging out, and I would not leave. I was so embarrassed by who I'd become over about an 8-year period that I really became a recluse. And that's not who I was. The brain fog was so bad, I would sometimes slur my words. It was just really in a painful, painful place. And one day, all 3 of my kids were in school at the same time. And I thought, I got to go back to being me. I'm miserable and I am depressed and I need to find myself. So I applied for a part-time teaching job, teaching high schoolers, and I got the job. And within a few hours of being told that I got the job, instead of celebrating, I was weeping on my bathroom floor because I thought, what have I done? I cannot even get up and take care of my own family. How can I get up and go teach a classroom of kids And I cried out to God and said, if you use me, use my body, my unhealthy, unattractive body, use me, but you have got to give me the strength to do it. 5 days later, a friend of mine told me about Plexus. About a week after that, I ordered. And I'll tell you a little bit about my journey as we go through. So I am a recovering skeptic of all things supplementation-wise because I took so many things that didn't work. So here I am with Plexus, and I still find myself sometimes when a new product comes out, I got to test it for myself. Is it really going to work? Is it really going to say what everybody says it's going to say? And I'm to the point now with 2.5 years with Plexus, it does exactly what they say it does. There's no more skepticism. We just came out with 3 new products, and they are doing exactly what the clinical studies, with the science, and what Plexus Corporate says they will do. They're amazing. And I was also a former network marketing hater. Plexus is a network marketing company. We'll talk about that a little bit. And I hated that kind of stuff. So it's really, really funny that now I'm near the top of the company. It's something I said I would never do. So we'll talk about that too a little bit. But let's move on. I want you to understand who we are, because we are not the same as everybody else out there. We are incredibly, incredibly unique. Our products focus on health and wellness, and I should have put the word happiness in there too, because you will find the more you study our ingredients and study the science that is coming out about the gut health that Plexus works on is directly related to mood. Whether your mood is high or low is often directly related to your microbiome. So we focus on health and wellness. We have natural, plant-based, mineral-based products that work. But we are more than just products, you guys. We are more than just products. We are an incredible community. I have been a part of some different communities through working and just in my entire life story. And I have never been a part of something where people love you where you are at, want you to succeed, even if it means succeeding faster or better than themselves. We have a little motto called One Plexus. It does not matter what team you are on. We do our best to support each other. And interestingly enough, our compensation plan actually supports that. So we'll get into that in a minute. We are also an opportunity-based company. And you may wonder why, the word opportunity comes around. We hear it so much, it almost gets old. I actually never had used the word opportunity much until Plexus, but I use it all the time now. And that is really truly because we are handing you an incredible gift for $34.95, and it is up to you what you do with it. And that's opportunity. Opportunity opens a door, and you decide whether or not to walk through. And I tell you what, I am really, really, really grateful that God changed my heart and I became a lover of network marketing instead of a hater, because it has changed our family's financial future, changed the charities that we are able to support, and the legacy I'm going to be able to leave my kids. So why in the world did the leadership of Plexus choose network marketing? And here's the deal. It cuts out the middleman. All those products you see on the shelves of your local store get lost. They are not unique. Most people choose the cheapest one or the prettiest bottle. And the reason that is difficult or not as good is because you have to pay for advertising. Radio advertising, TV advertising, celebrity advertising, all of these massive amounts of advertising. Plexus has cut out, direct sale companies in general, cut out the middleman, and they give it the opportunity to sell their product to the average American. So instead of the average American going out and getting more overtime hours, taking on a second or third job, maybe a teacher tutoring, things like that, she can work from home. He can work from home instead of taking that overtime work and build a business and extra supplementation from home for $35 a year. That's what it costs for your business. And that is truly an opportunity that anybody can have, because anybody can get $35. So, and not only that, but our leadership also looked at these products and thought they need a story. They need to be told through stories. And that is the basis. You are probably here today because someone told you their story about what it was like before Plexus and what it was after. You guys, my story was having to say no to my kids to being able to say yes. My story was is parking at Target and having to shuffle up the wheelchair ramp because I could not go up and down a curb. And now I have stairs in my house and I can go up and down with no problem at all. It is my story of 1 month, about 6 weeks into Plexus, when I did not think it was working, my daughter coming up to me and saying, I like who you are now. You guys, we have something so incredibly special here, and I cannot wait to hear what your story is going to be with Plexus. What is the result of incredible products that work and a compensation plan that is generous from the beginning with this opportunity for only $35 a year? The result, it can be, if you wish, freedom. Freedom financially, freedom from health issues, freedom to give. All right, let's talk just a tiny little bit about why our products work. We focus very much on the 3 major issues in our American society today: blood sugar stabilization. Snickers bars put an entire advertising campaign behind being hangry. My 12-year-old calls it emotional. That, you know, when your blood sugar goes up and down and up and down and you get to the point where you are crazy, Plexus goes in and balances that issue. We focus on gut health. 90% of our serotonin is made in our gut, and I may have my percentages a little bit off, and 70% of our immunity sits in our microbiome in our gut. There more and more and more research is coming out connecting good flora and not enough of it, and bad flora, and how it really works over a lifetime to kill us when it is in overgrowth. Our products are specially formulated with incredibly high quality ingredients that go in, they take out the harmful bacteria, they repopulate with beneficial bacteria, they feed and balance blood sugar, and then they protect with continued nutrition that is easily absorbable with our amazing new X Factor Plus reformulated X Factor. You guys, if you have not gotten this product, you absolutely must. I was able to get rid of 3 different extra minerals that I take because they are now an X Factor Plus, has trace minerals in it, has probiotics, has really everything you need, and it helps absorb more easily into your gut because of a patented aloe blend. Our products work. Okay. I'm going to move on. What I'd like you to do right now is a little bit of a working moment. I would like you to get on your phone.
Don't mess me up.
And write down what your health goal is to your sponsor. So send your sponsor, whoever you joined with here in Plexus, what is your health goal? For me, I actually made a list of 86 different health issues or little tiny things that I wanted to be able to do or change because of Plexus. 2.5 years in, I am ticking those off. Our products are cumulative when it comes to good health. If you go to the gym for 1 week, you're not going to find any results. If you go to the gym for 30 days, you might find that maybe the mile you're running is a little bit easier, but other than that, you're not going to have a whole lot of results. If you go to the gym consistently for 90 days, you're going to start seeing some muscle changes, some endurance. If you go to the gym for 6 months, you may very well look like a completely different person. And a year, I guarantee you will. So this is the same exact thing with Plexus. The longer your body is being supplemented by incredibly good nutrition and good microbiomes, you will improve. We used to get strep throat every single year since my oldest daughter was 6. She's about to turn 15. One day she came down to the breakfast table and she had a massive swollen, it scared me to death, on the side of her neck. Went to the doctor, ends up she had an unusual strain of strep throat. Ever since then, we would get strep, the 4 of us. My husband was somehow immune. Every single year, sometimes twice a year. It was miserable. And in the last, since we have really put Plexus into our supplementation and are eating well, and granted, my kids were on other products prior. They are now all on Plexus. We have not had strep throat. I actually think we might be coming on to 2 years now. So it has just made a huge difference in our immune health. Okay, the next thing you need to do besides sending your sponsor your health goals right now is I want you to keep track of it. If you want weight loss, you absolutely must measure. You have to. Forget the scale. Do not let a box on the floor identify who you are. Measure and take pictures. The pictures will tell an incredible story, and the way our products work, they do not take muscle ever. So your inches will fall off before your scale moves. Throw away the scale, you guys. You must be consistent. This is the second thing I want you to do. Go into your back office and make sure that you have a convenience order in place. You need a convenience order of 100 PV or more. That's about a triplex. I personally think you need to be on the triplex and X Factor Plus for true health. But you need to make sure you have a convenience order of 100 PV so that it comes and you don't forget. Use the alarm on your phone to take your products consistently. If you're having difficulty taking products, talk to your sponsor about how to get them in. The consistent part is more important than when you take them. In the beginning, I was constantly forgetting, I ended up putting Probio 5 and BioCleanse right next to my nightstand. So when I walk in the bedroom, I would see it. Oh my gosh, I got to take that right before bed. And I would get those products in. In the morning, I would put Slim right next to the refrigerator before I started to make breakfast for everybody so that I could take it right away. I also set an alarm on my phone to take X Factor at lunchtime. Put it in my purse, brought it with me so that I could be consistent. You guys, consistency is the most important. Remember when I told you in the beginning that I didn't actually mention this, I guess. I was absolutely certain, I don't know why I didn't think Plexus could work. Why in the world would something I ordered from a friend work over the supplementation that my naturopath had given me, which was good supplementation, expensive. Very expensive supplementation. And when I ordered 2 3-day trials, about day 6, I thought, well, gosh, what am I doing? I've been sick a really long time. I need to commit to a month. And then after a month, my husband started saying, you feel better. And I'm saying, no, I don't. He says, yes, you do. And you are in a better mood. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I realized that I've been sick a really long time. I didn't just get like this overnight. I needed to commit to 3 months. That's when I became an ambassador. And about month 2.5, I thought, my gosh, I've got to commit to much longer than this. How can I expect 3 little products to do so much that has taken decades to get me to where I am? Because you guys, health doesn't just deteriorate in one day or 1 week or 1 month. It takes time. Our bodies are constantly changing, and the amazing thing is they're able to restore and rejuvenate in a way that when treated properly through exercise, healthy eating, and healthy nutrition and supplementation, we're able to really repair some of the damage that we've done in the past. All right, some tips. First of all, if you are trying the new Slim, I don't know about you, but I love it in cold water. I love it in cold water. And go very slow with Probio 5. It is a magnificent probiotic. It is unlike anything else on the planet. I have been on some sort of a probiotic since I was a baby. My mom actually put probiotics into my bottle. And nothing has changed and improved my health the way Probiotic 5 has. I was a probiotic snob. I actually was an ambassador and refused to order it because I was certain my naturopath had a better one that she'd given me, and I'm sure it was very good, but it was nothing like Probiotic 5. Go slow with that. 1 capsule for several weeks before you add in 2. And if you have any kind of chronic illness, you might want to talk to your sponsor about possibly playing around with those products in the future to get them a little higher. Okay, I'm going to show you here the importance of consistency and a little bit of my journey. So you can see on the left, this is when I first started Slim. Now, I started Slim because I wanted control over my sugar cravings, and I got that. But then when I realized, the name Slim means I should lose weight, right? What I didn't realize is that this was not some supplementation that I had taken similar things in the past that said they could help me lose weight. And the weight loss was very, very fast. The Slim balances. You really, truly, truly takes your body into a place that is where it should be so that it can get back to where it should be. So 8 weeks on Slim, I was only down 6 pounds, and I was convinced I wasn't working. What's interesting, though, is I was down an entire pant size. In the past, an entire pant size for someone who is plus size like me should be 25 to 30 pounds. It's only 6. And I thought, my gosh, the scale, this is horrible. This stuff isn't working. I'm quitting. Right. I immediately the next day started a new product that someone had said would help me lose weight more quickly. You can see the difference in my face in 2 weeks of not taking Slim. When I saw that picture, this is why pictures are so important. I got back on Slim so fast, you guys. And now with Triplex, weight loss has come slowly but surely. It is a slow process for me, and I'm okay with that because I have my life back. And the fact that I can go up and down stairs and I can walk 2 miles and exercise, something I couldn't do before. I can say yes to my kids. My face looks like my skin looks so much better. I have a thyroid dysfunction. I should not be able to grow my hair long. I should not be able to have such thick hair, and I do, and I'm absolutely certain it's because of our products. So I am convinced that long-term supplementation with our products results in maybe aging a little bit backwards, which I'm very, very grateful for at this point in my life, and has a whole huge amount of side effects that are good and consistent and just make your life better and happier. Okay. Now, one way you can be much more successful with your health goals is to get plugged into our community. And here are just a few ways you can do that. They've done studies on people who have accountability partners and those who don't when embarking on any type of a health journey. And those who have a successful support group and get involved, they make themselves make friends. They make themselves get involved in the community and make themselves talk to each other and be accountable. They are more successful in whatever health goal they want. That is what your sponsor is here for. That is what your upline is here for. That is what Plexus community is here for. So how do you do this? If there's a local event in your area, whether it's a training or what we sometimes call sip-and-sees or launch parties or opportunity events, go. You've got to hear other people's stories. It's incredible. It is incredible. Okay. Online live events. I was in a state where my entire upline was in another state, 22 hours drive away. So I got involved by being online like you are this morning. And participating and seeing people's faces live was really, really important for my personal growth and my accountability with Plexus. I was on the team pages. Be on your closest jewels page. Find out who your closest jewel is, get on that page and be involved. On plexusworldwide.com and on your website, you can see a blog called Sunny and Share. It's a great, great resource for you and to give to other people. in order to learn how to make small changes in your healthy lifestyle and use Plexus supplementation to gain your goals. Then, of course, we have Plexus emails too with the Scoop and a Plexus Learning Center. There's all different kinds of things in your back office. If you go to library, all kinds of resources there, and tools, all kinds of resources there when you log into your back office. Okay, so now we're going to get a little bit into the details of our community. And what I see when I show you this slide here, what I want you to understand is this was a dream of some people who wanted very much to make it so that anyone and everyone could build financial freedom. Our leadership very much makes no decision that does not first support the ambassador. 50% of the profit goes back to ambassadors in this company, and the rest goes to overhead, paying corporate, the people who like see our customer service and doing clinical trials and all kinds of stuff that we do, marketing and so on. And they are incredibly generous. And I'm going to show that in the next few slides. We actually get paid 11 different ways, and they're there on the left. We're going to only cover a few of them. We also have all kinds of perks. When you get to be a jewel, you can earn the Emerald Extravaganza. There's a Diamond Destination trip. There's all kinds of convention prizes that anyone can earn. You can earn Leaders Retreat. A lot of us are trying very, very hard to earn a trip to Orlando, Florida to stay at the Gaylord there. And there are different prizes that you can earn for Leaders Retreat. So that's going to be a really exciting time. One of the things is an excursion to Walt Disney World or Universal Studios. Fun money, things like that. There's a Silver Star trip, and then of course there's the leadership board out of our 500,000 ambassadors, who are the top workers for that week, and so that's kind of fun to get that kind of recognition. Okay, now there's a lot of you that may have maybe just tuned out. You're like, okay, she's getting to the business part. I don't want to hear this. Well, guess what? You're in good company, because that was me. When I first started sharing about Plexus, and really what happened was I'd been hiding behind Facebook. In fact, if I had a friend that had something great happen in their life, I was happy for them one time. You have something great happen again and again and again, and I was deleting you off my Facebook page. I was in such misery and such pain, and it was in such a dark place. Not only did I hide personally from my friends around me, but I actually hid even on social media. My profile picture was not one that was recent. It was one that was taken before I got sick. And I really had immersed myself in negative thinking. So when something good happened to somebody else, I was saying, nope. Well, God pressed upon my heart with Plexus and the changes that I was having both emotionally and spiritually and physically to be vulnerable and share about it on Facebook. I had 185 friends at the time, because I deleted so many, and I was vulnerable, and people really, and I was apologizing to people too, by the way, friends that I had said no to, and I wasn't, anyway. Okay, getting into too much personal detail there, but just people were so wonderful, and they were supportive, and they wanted to know what was I doing, and so my business was starting to grow, and we did not need the income at the time. My husband makes a great income, and he was doing his 60-hour work week. We'd have done that for, 18, 20 years. So it was nothing new, and I was not in it for an income. And so when I would get a paycheck in the mail, I would tell my husband, don't tell me how much it is. Don't tell me how much it is. So if you were one of those people that have no interest whatsoever, please stick with me for a minute. Let's say you don't want to work the business, but you'd like to at least get your products paid for. The first time I told my husband, I think I'm going to be vulnerable on Facebook and tell people what this Plexus thing really is about, he said, maybe you'll get your products paid for. I said, yeah, maybe. We'll see. So this is a great little example, and you can jot this down as I'm talking here, of how you can build a small customer base of maybe just your family in order to get your products paid for. We get paid, two of the ways we get paid is through commissions and preferred customer bonuses. Commissions from 101 PV to 499 PV is about 15%. From 101 to 500 and above is 25%. So we always go for that 500 PV, which is, 4 to 5 friends purchasing the triplex from you, plus your own products get you well over 500 PV, and that gives you an extra $100 in your pocket. And of course, there's a little bit extra information there on the commissions as well. So if you want more information and specifics on commissions and preferred customer bonuses, you can actually go to your back office and you can see the entire compensation plan. It's written out in 13 pages if you want to read every page, or you can talk to your sponsor too. All right, but what I would like for you to do today is really understand the long-term residual income that is possible with Plexus. So right now, my husband goes to work, and he trades his time for money. So his 60 to 70 hours a week he works, he brings home great money from it, but he is away from us, and he spends really the majority of his time having to trade his time for money. I, on the other hand, have now matched as a Sapphire Ambassador of Plexus, and I am still getting paid on the work that I did 2 years ago, on the work that I did 8 months ago, on the work that I did 6 months ago, and the work that I do this month, I will still get paid on years from now. My point is this: most people don't understand residual income and how it works, and the way network marketing works is through residual income. So when I'm talking about could $400, $1,000, or $20,000 a month do something for your family, I'm saying if someone like me, middle-aged, chronic illness, not very nice to people for a few years, can completely do a change around and build a Sapphire business with Plexus, I can guarantee you that you can too. This is for anyone. And I don't care if you have more months at the end of your, or let's see, what is it? More month at the end of your paycheck than you should. And so it's difficult for you to order your products. I get that, but it's not difficult for you to pay $35 a year for your business and to work this like a job. You guys, this is about loving people and pouring into people and pouring into yourself and self-development and sharing these incredible products with people. That is what this is about. 90% of my business was built on social media. That does not mean it will be the case for you. A lot of people are really great person to person. But I would also say that 90% of my business has come because I worked on me. And anybody can work on themselves to build. And Jim Rohn talks about how who you are is what attracts people to your business and wants to be a part of you. So, okay, enough on that. Here's a little bit about our ranks. And this is the income disclosure from 2015. This is not a guaranteed income. Your income comes because of your hard work and dedication, whether or not you're willing to push outside your comfort zone and how much time you're willing to put in it. I probably in the beginning had enough time and energy with everything going on in my life, personally working, taking care of 3 kids, and working on myself and my own health, to work about 2 hours a day. In the beginning, I was in really massive momentum and working hard. And then there were periods of time where I was on a weekend. I would tell my family, today's a working day, you guys. I love you so much. I'll treat you to ice cream when I meet my goal at the end of the month. And I may sacrifice a little bit of family time to get some work done, but it has been so worth it. All right, our silver ambassadors right here, you can see, make about $5,000 a month or year. Sorry, $5,000 a year on average. That's pretty good. That's about anywhere between 3 and 19 active people below you in your organization. So it just depends upon your customer base and how many working ambassadors you have. I'm at my part-time teaching pay about 82 days into sharing Plexus. And maybe you just need a few $100s a month. Maybe you just want to get your products paid for. But maybe you want to quit your 9-to-5 job. Maybe you're tired of being away from your babies. Maybe you want to be your own boss. Maybe you don't care for your job. Maybe you want to have an extra vacation this year, put away for retirement. Whatever it is, you can do this, I promise. And the great part about Plexus is, and where we're unique than anybody else, is we pay a lot in the lower ranks. A lot. You guys, a full-time teacher pay here in the state that I live in is about $35,000 a year. So I have a degree, and maybe if I went and got my master's, I might be able to push it up to $40,000 a year. You can see here that 35 is.
Looks like she's
All right, we're back. Hey, Kathy, where did I leave off? Was I on income disclosure?
You were on the income disclosure. You were just talking about the silvers at $5,000 a year.
Okay, great. All right. Sorry about that, you guys. I'm going to go back to sharing my screen here. Hopefully it will do it. Okay. Let me see. We were here. I just want to point out to you guys that one of the reasons that our diamonds are so high is because our company has no limit to the amount of income that you can pursue if you want, which is really, really, really amazing. All right, let's go to the power of 3. What I have seen over time is that sometimes people budget for a week, right? And so what they do here is, as they're budgeting, they often end up having expenses that come up that they don't expect, and they end up having to put things on a credit card. One of the great things about Plexus is we pay this particular part of our business every Friday. These are called business building bonuses. When you sponsor, like right now, we have this great special going for going silver. And when you sponsor 3 people, you get a portion of their welcome pack. If they order a $199 welcome pack, you get $50 if you are commission qualified. And if they order a $99 welcome pack, you get $25. But it doesn't just stop there. Because when they decide to share with Plexus with people and they get their own ambassadors, you as their sponsor also leading them, you continue to get business building bonuses as well. You get half of that, would be around $24 for a $199 welcome pack that your level 2 may order, or $12.50, and it goes on down to your 4th level. These add up so fast. If you get 3 people on board and you teach them to each get 3 people on board, and then they teach them to get 3 people on board, do you see how this can add up really fast on a weekly basis? You guys, sometimes this is the difference between whether you put gas in your car with cash, with your little Plexus, get a little card if you want, or if you put it on a credit card. This is residual income. This is a great, amazing little bonus that we can have, that Plexus gives us. They lose money on those welcome packs because they give them back to their ambassadors. It's an incredibly generous thing that they do. All right, and the welcome pack also comes with that incredible kit. It tells an ambassador how to get started. You could become an ambassador. You could start sharing on social media within 1 minute of signing up with your new website. And then within 3 to 4 days, you could be sitting at a coffee shop, sharing with your closest friends, not knowing a thing. And that welcome pack has absolutely everything in it. That kit has everything in it that you need in order to share Plexus with people. And you guys, this is not about trying to convince people to jump onto something. This is sharing the opportunity, sharing the products, and then it's up to them whether or not they join. It's just like truly giving a gift and whether or not they take it from you. So simple. All right, one of my favorite things, and this is the difference between short-term growth and long-term growth with Plexus. If you just want to get your products paid for and you don't want to give anybody the opportunity to build a business, and you don't want the opportunity to build a business, I don't know why anybody doesn't want an extra paycheck, but I get it. Things can get in your way. I was at the same point at one point where I did not want to see the paychecks that were coming in. I was not going to be one of those people. I get it. I'm now thoroughly one of those people, and I'm proud of it because I have a business I can will to my kids. I can literally will this business to my husband and my kids if something happens to me, and they will continue to get residual income forever from Plexus. All right, this is truly, these one Plexus points is how you build a financial wall around your family. We have this incredible thing, and I'm going to try and explain it to you, and you may not get it this first time around. But when your 3 new ambassadors join you with a welcome pack, you don't get any points. You get business building bonuses, what we just talked about. But the next month in August, when they order their triplex, or maybe they don't order a triplex and they sell a triplex to their mom or their grandma or something, you get 5 points on them. All of your ambassadors in your downline, in your organization, levels 1 through 7, have a point value when they order or sell 100 PV or more through their website. These are called points. I call them one Plexus points. Because when the company does well across the entire company, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and America, those points are worth a dollar value. They are guaranteed to never go below about $1.80. I've heard they've gone as high as about $4.50. I have seen them over $3. So for ease sake, $3 at each point. And if you just have 3 people in your organization, that's 15 points. So about an extra $45 in your paycheck that next month. But what I want you to think about is, let's look at this. This is our ranks. What if you were gold and you had 100 points in your organization at $3 a point? That's $300 extra in your paycheck that next month. That is just one of the 11 ways we get paid. So that's on top of your commissions. That's on top of your preferred customer bonuses. That's on top of your building business bonuses. That's on top of something called override commission, which we're not going to get into right now. That's on top of maybe if you ranked that month, a rank commission. And that is residual income. So I want you now to imagine that over the next 6 to 8 to 10 to 12 months, you are building an organization. And you are leading people and you're teaching people how to do the same thing that I'm teaching you to do right now. You're sharing Plexus and you advance to, let's say, senior gold, 250 points. Then you get to Ruby, 500 points times 3. Senior Ruby, 750 points times 3. Do you see where I'm getting? It truly is incredible. All right. I'm just going to touch on being a jewel really quick. In fact, actually, let me go back. Jewels are emerald, sapphire, and diamond. You do get some extra perks with that. You can have the opportunity to be a part of the Plexus Lexus program where you get a stipend in order to have a Lexus. I have one sitting in the garage right now. And as an emerald and a sapphire, you get $500 towards a Lexus. As a diamond, you get more, and you can have a diamond car, also a Lexus. So that is a great perk. But what is even more amazing are the pools, because what happens is Plexus then gives a percentage of profit back to the jewels, both at emerald, sapphire, and diamond status. So that truly is, again, residual income. As well, if the company does really well, the pool is higher. And we want everybody to do really well. Another perk is the Emerald Extravaganza. This is when we get to go a free trip to Maui. Plexus pays for hotel. They pay for airfare. They pay for a rental car. Several meals are covered. It is incredibly fun for yourself and for a guest. I think this is one of the best parts of Plexus is to do this with your friends. Because this isn't the only, Emerald Extravaganza isn't the only thing that we get to do. Even if you are in the lower ranks, you can earn Leaders Retreat, you get to go to convention. We have, sometimes we have local team events and contests and go to spas. It just is fun to work with your friends. So I put my picture here because I wanted you to see, here's somebody who did not expect to live the next year to see her kids. In fact, that's why that picture was taken. Because I knew that I didn't have very many pictures with my son because I had gotten sickest after him. So I succumbed to a photo that day. And so if someone like me can do what I have done, I 100% believe that you can too. You just have to have the drive and the determination and be willing to love people. Okay, so how do you do this? It's very, very simple. It's in one word. You share. Yes, there's lots of different ways you can do this. In person, online is the best way to do it. You sit down with your welcome kit and you say, I don't know everything yet, but this is what I know. This is where I'm going with Plexus, and I want you to come with me. On social media, you can do a very first post. Say, my friend told me about these fantastic supplementations from Plexus before she was exhausted, tired, had to say no to her kids, and now she's thriving and feeling amazing, sleeping great, and feeling happy. I want that too. Who wants to come with me? Very simple Facebook post. Keep it short, keep it simple, and post a picture. People love pictures. Okay, now I want you to think about you. If this is something you want, if $1,000 a month is something you want, if helping people is something you want, if you want to be able to give more to charity, I think one of the first moments of change where I thought, okay, I've stumbled onto something here was when my husband told me that I was contributing more tithe than I had ever contributed in all of my working years once because of Plexus. I broke down and cried. To be able to give back and Plexus, we have so many opportunities to give. We have a Thrive Home in Thailand for kids who are trying to get out of the sex trade, children who are trying to get out of the sex trade. Maybe you have a passion for wanting to give in a way that you haven't been able to in the past. Or maybe you just want to be able to give to your family. Maybe you want to pay for private tuition. Maybe you want to take your husband on a special trip with just the two of you, and you haven't done that since you've had kids. Maybe you want to quit your job and stay home. Maybe you want to, buy a new car because you're barely making it on the one that you have now. You guys, there was a time that my husband and I were digging in the couch to get change out so that we could go share a meal somewhere just to go out. I know what it's like to struggle, and I am telling you, in some ways, I wish so much I had my eyes open to this years ago, but at the same time, I know I was so prideful. And I felt so strongly that what I was doing was more noble and more special than someone who was working from home. This is incredible. To be able to have somebody come to you and say, thank you so much for sharing Plexus with me. I was able to pay for my air conditioner that broke with complete cash instead of putting it on 3 credit cards this summer, and that is because of Plexus and because you shared with me. That is something. When somebody comes to you and says, yeah, I was able to, not take a nap today and play with my kids. I've heard that one a lot. Or my husband and I are getting along so much better, and I'm pretty sure it's because we're so much happier. You guys, there's nothing better than that. So these are some questions you need to ask yourself. How much are you willing to grow? How much are you willing to put into yourself and work in order to achieve this? All right, let's see. I think that is my last slide. So let me get back to Zoom here. And where are you all? There you go. I'm going to stop share. All right. So thank you guys so much for coming on. I am so grateful. My internet connection is unstable again, so I'm going to end it here. But thank you guys so much for being here. If you have any questions, please go to your sponsor or the team pages. We are there for you. One more thing. You must be a part of our incredible testimonial page called Let's Get Healthy. And when you have your own story, will you please do me a favor? Will you please share it there? We need your stories. We want to hear them. We want to hear how things have changed for you in your business or in your health. And I don't care how small it is. I know somebody that built a diamond income on the fact that she'd had a toenail fungus since she was a teenager and it went away. I know someone else who built a diamond income just because she dropped a Diet Dr. Pepper habit. She was addicted, and she could not get herself over it, and that was her story. You guys, it does not matter how small it is. If you are happier and you're healthier, that story is worth telling. Thank you guys so much for being here. So much appreciate you so much. Have a fantastic day.